Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The single girl star Jenn Tran has of late gone all in with NBA player Max Strus subsequent to going through a terrible separation. With her new broken commitment to Devin Strader, Jenn has been connected to a couple of folks from the Single Girl season 21. As show twirled around her bombed relationship with Devin, Jenn stayed tasteful and aware about the separation. In spite of the fact that she had been seen spending time with Jonathan Johnson, she clarified that these folks were simply magnificent companions. She kept on handing off her limits and sentiments all through each meeting, incorporating her plunk down with Scratch Vial. Jenn plunked down for a meeting with Scratch Vial on his digital recording, the Vial Documents, where she talked about getting back on the dating scene and her big-name crush on Jason Tatum. Notwithstanding, after she was informed that Jason was off the market, she immediately apologized and went all out with NBA player Max Strus, a player for the Cleveland Cavaliers. She expressed she wouldn't be up for a heartfelt date, yet fellowship dates aren't off the table. Jenn went through a public separation with Devin after the finish of the Single Woman season 21. During the last ride fragment, Jenn uncovered that Devin had cancelled their commitment during a 15-minute call, which left her caught unaware. Devin uncovered private instant messages between the two to clear the account that he was the troublemaker. Nonetheless, this main demonstrated that Devin genuinely was the bad guy that fans and watchers thought he was. Jenn uncovering her dating status demonstrated that she was currently mending. In spite of the fact that she had handled the separation, her transparency about not being prepared for whatever heartfelt demonstrated she was just human. As she explored through her horrible separation, Jenn stayed straightforward and kind, in any event, when others didn't. She's been dedicated to continuing on and recuperating from the past. Jenn uncovered that her trust had been broken, so it would require an investment to return herself out there. She talked her reality and put down her stopping points, furnishing fans and watchers with a perspective on exactly the way that solid she genuinely is. Despite the fact that she's not geared up for whatever heartfelt and is centered around her impending spell on DWTS, Jenn has left herself open to moving gradually with regards to beginning anything heartfelt with anybody. She currently has the amazing chance to see as the one really implied for her while additionally fabricating her profession and notoriety. The Lone Ranger star has placed herself out there for something to come from now on. After fan backfire, the Single Girl season 21 antagonist Devin Strader has erased a disputable video that he made about his ex-life partner, Jenn Tran, in which he recounted his side of the tale of their separation. During the Lone Wolf season 21 finale, Jenn kicked off something new on the show when she requested that Devin wed her. He said okay and afterward proposed to her consequently. Notwithstanding, during the After the Last Rose episode, Jenn uncovered that Devin had severed their commitment by means of a 15-minute call, cutting off their friendship. The next week, in an Instagram post, partook to some degree by news by means of YouTube, Devin endeavored to share his side of the story by uncovering a large portion of his and Jenn's confidential instant messages. He additionally questioned a significant number of Jenn's cases, including the course of events of their separation and the way that she said that he wouldn't go to couples directing with her. Devin likewise apologized to Jenn for following Maria Jorges on Instagram. Likewise, he amazingly expressed that he was Jenn's subsequent option behind Marcus Schauberg. Despite the fact that Devin believed that his video planned to give clearness and permit him to talk his reality, the fan kickback was prompt. As a matter of fact, Devin needed to erase the video and alter it since delicate instant messages among him and Jenn were shown. Nonetheless, fans felt that the reconsidered video actually uncovered excessively and was unseemly, and they told Devin in the remarks. Presently, he's erased it for good. All through the Lone Wolf season 21, Devin valued being proudly himself. Fans were torn about whether he was a miscreant, particularly in light of the fact that he had such countless struggles with men like Sam McKinney, Thomas Nguyen, and Aaron Erb, yet he appeared to be earnest with Jenn. Notwithstanding, after his separation with Jenn, a large portion of single guy country turned on him totally, particularly as watchers saw Jenn wail while watching their proposition with him sitting close to her. The way that Devin, who won't hesitate to express his real thoughts, erased this video, demonstrates that Lone Ranger country has basically dropped him. This implies that he no doubt will not be welcome to Single Guy in Heaven Season 10. Dissimilar to past antagonists like Thomas Jacobs, Braden Nooks, and Shanae Ankney, who had delightful recovery stories in Heaven, Devin has gone excessively far and undoubtedly will not be heard from in the future. In spite of the fact that Devin shouldn't have shared his confidential instant messages with Jenn in any case, he made the best choice by erasing his video. He decided to remain generally quiet during the After the Last Rose, and it appeared to be off base that he chose to stand up through Instagram sometime later when Jenn wasn't there to answer him. While there are dependably different sides to a story, Devin got his opportunity to tell his, and he didn't take it. Emerging with this video post-show was a terrible decision and an intrusion of Jenn's protection, as Unhitched Male Country let him know. Devin ought to keep out of sight for some time now. He's been contrasted with past single-man country lowlifes, for example, Tino Franco and Juan Pablo Galavis, which has annihilated his picture. Fans who never enjoyed him feel approved by what occurred, while the individuals who safeguarded him feel stupid. Devin could possibly rescue what's left of his standing on the off chance that he stays silent until the kickback fades away. Lone Ranger country has legitimately agreed with Jenn's stance in this contention, and Devin ought to chip away at gaining from his consistent slip-ups after the unhitched female. Award Ellis is right now shooting his time of the Lone Ranger and has quite recently settled on his decision about which 4 ladies will get an old neighborhood date. Reality Steve has had the option to get this data for fans who can hardly hold back to watch the season play out beginning in January. Who are the last 4 fortunate women? Continue to peruse to figure out more. Caution. Spoilers ahead. Reality Steve uncovers the single man, last 4 spoilers for Award Ellis. Reality Steve went to virtual entertainment on Saturday to share energizing news for devotees of the lone wolf. Award Ellis really has something occurring with his season that Steve shared hasn't occurred in 13 seasons. From the get-go, Steve couldn't sort out why yet after a fan email, he understood that ABC would air season finisher games for school football in January. This is the main year that end-of-the-season games have been reached out to incorporate 12 groups. In addition, the school football public title airs in January too. Thusly, Award won't have as lengthy of a season as different leads have had. Typically, the single guy will have 7 episodes before old neighborhood dates. Be that as it may, Award will just have 5 episodes prior to going to his last 4 old neighborhood dates. Ellis was really shooting an old neighborhood date yesterday, October 11th. Indeed, even yesterday, Steve didn't have the foggiest idea who every one of the 4 ladies were. Notwithstanding, today he went to web-based entertainment to share he at last has who the last 4 women are. The primary lady is Juliana Pasquarosa. She is the fortunate lady who had her old neighborhood date yesterday. Next up is Zoe McGrady, and she will film tomorrow in New York. The third lady is Lisha Gar. She will film with Award in Wyoming on Tuesday. At last, the 4th lady getting an old neighborhood date is Dina Lupencu. Award will accompany her in Illinois on October 17th. Steve had the option to get photographs from Juliana's old neighborhood date in Massachusetts yesterday. More subtleties on Award's season. Reality Steve likewise shared different insights concerning where Award Ellis has been recording for his time of the single man. The primary spot they shot was, obviously, Los Angeles. Following that, the gathering went to Madrid, Spain for 1 episode. They then completely went to Scotland. As of now, Award limited it down to 4 ladies. That far has not been shared where short-term dates or the last row service will be simply yet. What is your take on Award's last 4 ladies?